Hello everyone, and welcome to MORALiQ. In a world that constantly celebrates speed and intellect, success often seems reserved for those who can perform at lightning speed or display extraordinary intelligence. But what if the true key to success wasn't about being the fastest or the smartest? What if it was about consistency, doing the right things every single day, no matter how small or slow the progress might seem? Today, we follow the story of Rahul, a young boy who turned his life around by embracing this simple but profound idea. This story may change the way you think about achieving your dreams. The power of consistency. Rahul's journey to success. Rahul was a dreamer. His mind was often consumed by visions of success, standing at the top of his class, receiving accolades for his hard work, and impressing everyone with his accomplishments. He pictured himself as a student everyone looked up to. However, reality told a different story. Rahul was inconsistent. He started many things, projects, study sessions, and goals, but rarely finished them. His enthusiasm was fleeting, and his perseverance was lacking. It was this inconsistency that held him back from reaching his true potential. This lack of focus didn't go unnoticed by his friends. They often teased him about it. "Rahul, you're the king of quitting. Nothing's ever going to change for you," they'd say with a laugh. These words, meant as jokes, only deepened Rahul's sense of inadequacy. He couldn't deny it. He often gave up when things got tough. One fateful day, his school announced the results of the midterm exams. Rahul's heart sank as he scanned the list of names. His own was at the very bottom. His classmates burst into laughter, and his best friend, Arjun, who had always been one of the top performers in the class, couldn't resist the opportunity to mock him. "You'll always be the last bench boy, Rahul. Forget about ever being first." "It's not for you," Arjun said, his words laced with both amusement and disdain. The sting of humiliation was unbearable. Rahul walked home that day with a heavy heart, feeling defeated. He threw his books into the corner of his room and slumped onto his bed, overwhelmed by the urge to give up on everything. The dream of becoming a top student seemed more distant than ever. He questioned whether he should even continue trying. Rahul's grandfather, who had been quietly observing his grandson, noticed the sadness on Rahul's face. He walked into the room and gently asked, "What's wrong, Rahul? Why do you look so defeated?" Rahul hesitated but eventually poured out his frustration. "I want to be the first in my class, Grandpa, but it feels impossible. No matter how hard I try, I always fail. I just can't seem to make it." His grandfather smiled warmly, a knowing twinkle in his eye. "Have you heard the story of the tortoise and the hare?" he asked. Rahul, a little exasperated, rolled his eyes. "Of course, Grandpa. Everyone knows that story. The tortoise wins because the hare stopped to rest." His grandfather chuckled softly. "That's true. But do you know why the tortoise really won?" Perplexed, Rahul asked, "Why?" The old man's voice grew more serious. "The tortoise won because he focused on one thing, steady progress. It wasn't about speed, it was about consistency. The hare relied on bursts of energy, but the tortoise built habits that took him to the finish line." Rahul paused, deeply intrigued. For the first time, he saw the story in a new light. It wasn't about rushing to the finish line or being the fastest. It was about maintaining steady, consistent progress over time. His grandfather's words left a lasting impression on him. The next morning, Rahul woke up early. The thought of starting fresh filled him with determination. He decided to implement small, manageable changes in his life, remembering the lesson from the tortoise. Instead of trying to overhaul everything at once, he chose to begin with simple, sustainable habits. He woke up at 5 a.m., a decision that felt tough in the beginning. His body screamed for more sleep, but Rahul pushed through. Slowly, this became part of his daily routine. He spent the first 30 minutes of his day exercising to energize himself. Though it was challenging at first, he quickly noticed how much better he felt afterward. The early morning workouts helped him gain focus and stamina for the rest of the day. Rahul also dedicated 2 hours to studying each day. He started with just 30 minutes of focused effort, a manageable time frame that didn't feel overwhelming. Initially, the study sessions were difficult, and Rahul felt the urge to give up. But he reminded himself of the tortoise, slow and steady wins the race. Gradually, his study sessions grew longer and his concentration improved. At the end of each day, he would write in a journal reflecting on what he had learned and identifying areas where he could improve. Progress was slow, and at times Rahul doubted whether this new approach would work. There were days when he felt discouraged and thought about giving up. But each time he reminded himself of the tortoise, who didn't need to be the fastest or the smartest. He just needed to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps. Months went by and Rahul's habits began to pay off. One day, his teacher announced a surprise mock test. Rahul felt nervous, but he remained calm and focused. He trusted his consistent preparation. When the results were released, Rahul was surprised to find that he had ranked third in the class. For someone who had always been at the bottom of the list, this was a monumental achievement. However, his friend Arjun wasn't impressed. "Third place? Let's see if you can ever beat me for the top spot," Arjun said with a smirk, dismissing Rahul's progress. Arjun's words could have easily discouraged Rahul, but instead they ignited a fire within him. Rahul was no longer the boy who gave up easily. He understood that success wasn't about being the fastest or the smartest. It was about being consistent and committed to improvement, no matter the challenges. He doubled down on his efforts. He followed his routine with even more discipline, cutting out distractions like television and video games. He immersed himself in his studies, leaving no stone unturned. Rahul wasn't focused on impressing anyone else. He was focused on his own growth and progress. Finally, the day of the annual exam arrived. Rahul had worked tirelessly, following his routine without fail. When the teacher announced the results, there was a brief silence in the classroom. "The topper of this year's exam is Rahul," she exclaimed. The entire class was stunned. Rahul, the boy who had once been at the bottom, had achieved the top spot. His teacher praised him in front of everyone, saying, "Rahul, your dedication and consistent effort have made you a true example of success." Even Arjun, who had once mocked him, walked up to Rahul, shook his hand and said, "You've proven everyone wrong. I never believed in you, but now I see what hard work and consistency can do. I'm sorry for doubting you." Rahul's achievement was not just about the grades. It was a testament to the power of consistency, persistence, and the quiet determination to keep moving forward even when the road ahead seemed long. He had built habits that transformed his life, habits that not only improved his academic performance, but also shaped his character and mindset. Rahul's story quickly spread through the school, inspiring others to believe in the power of consistent effort. He became an example to his peers, showing them that success wasn't about talent, speed, or intelligence alone. It was about the small, steady steps you take every day. Rahul's journey reminded everyone that success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of showing up day after day and doing the work, even when it seems hard or slow. Rahul often shared his story with others, saying, "Start small, Take one step at a time, build habits, not excuses, and remember, slow and steady always wins the race. In the end, Rahul learned a valuable lesson. Consistency is the key to achieving your dreams. It's not about being the fastest or the smartest. It's about showing up every day, taking small steps, and staying committed to your goal. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that can fuel your mind and spirit. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and keep pushing forward one step at a time.